In our last session, we reached the heart of the matter. If thoughts aren't you, and your identity has been built from identifying with them, then who are you really? We saw that thought-based identities, I'm anxious, I'm bad with money, I'm unlucky in love, are just persistent beliefs that solidify into a sense of self, restless, needy, always seeking validation. When identification with thoughts dissolves, what remains is your true identity, pure awareness, the unchanging, spacious consciousness that witnesses all thoughts, emotions, and experiences without being defined by them. This awareness-based identity broadcasts wholeness, sufficiency, and calm presence rather than lack or desperation, naturally magnetizing more aligned experiences. We practice pausing on self-referential thoughts, labeling them, thinking, identity story, not who I am. Resting attention in the simple fact of awareness itself, the knowing presence beneath content, and noticing any emerging sense of okayness, freedom, or reduced neediness. You are asked to observe moments of less effort, less grasping, or subtle support in daily life, and bring those notes back. Now we bring everything together into this final, integrative understanding, the key that turns insight into lived transformation. Reality does not respond to your thoughts. Reality does not respond to your efforts to stop or control thoughts. Reality responds to the quality of awareness from which you are observing and living in each moment. This is why decades of cave meditation or hours of formal practice don't automatically produce external shifts for everyone. While some people experience rapid, profound changes after only weeks or even days of this work. The difference isn't quantity of meditation time. It's whether, in the midst of ordinary daily life, you've genuinely shifted your primary identification from thoughts to awareness itself. You can meditate for hours and still operate from thought identification, only now the thoughts might be quieter, more spiritual, or centered on how peaceful, enlightened you are. That's still identification. But when, even for 5 or 10 minutes at a time, you move through real life situations, conversations, work tasks, financial decisions, bodily sensations, from awareness identity rather than thought identity, you broadcast a radically different frequency. Reality responds to that coherence and presence immediately, often in ways that feel surprising and effortless. Here's what this shift looks like practically across major life areas, so you can begin to recognize and trust when it's already happening in your own experience. In relationships, thought identification. You're constantly managing impressions, fearing rejection because it threatens who I am. Conflict feels like a personal attack on your identity. You need the relationship to affirm your worth, creating tension and conditional love. Awareness identity. You can be fully present without agenda. Conflict arises as passing sensations and thoughts that don't define you. Connection flows naturally because nothing is needed from the other person to complete you. Relationships become spaces of genuine meeting rather than performance or validation. In work and creativity, thought identification. Work becomes proof of your value or lack thereof. Creative blocks feel like personal failure. Success is required to feel worthy. Failure confirms unworthiness. Effort and struggle dominate. Awareness identity. Work and creativity flow through you without carrying the weight of self-definition. Blocks are simply observed without resistance or self-judgment. Success and failure are experiences, not identity statements. Inspiration arises more spontaneously because there's no pressure to prove anything. In health and body, thought identification. Every sensation, symptom, or fluctuation gets interpreted as meaning something about who I am. I'm broken, I'm getting old, I'm failing. This fuels chronic stress, anxiety loops, and resistance that tightens the nervous system further. Awareness identity. Sensations can be present without needing to mean anything about your worth or identity. The body's natural intelligence, homeostasis, healing processes, has more room to operate because the nervous system isn't locked in fight-flight interpretation. Relaxation deepens, regulation improves, and vitality often increases. In finances and resources, thought identification. Money carries heavy identity weight, proof of success, security, worth, or failure. Every bill, purchase, or income fluctuation triggers anxiety or pride tied to self-image. Scarcity or fear patterns persist. Awareness identity. Money becomes neutral energy moving through experience. It no longer has to prove or disprove your value. Decisions arise more intuitively, opportunities feel less forced, and flow increases because the field isn't distorted by desperation or grasping. The pattern is universal. When living from thought identification, reality must continually confirm, deny, defend, or compensate for a fragile, incomplete self-story. This creates resistance, friction, limitation, and repetition of old patterns. When living from awareness identification, even in brief, imperfect moments, reality organizes around a coherent, already whole frequency. There's no distortion from limiting filters, so synchronicities, ease, openings, and natural alignments appear more frequently. Life feels less like a battle to prove yourself and more like a responsive unfolding. This is not a final destination you arrive at once and for all. It's a living orientation you return to again and again. Each return strengthens the broadcast and deepens the shifts. For your ongoing practice, this is your core integration homework moving forward. In daily life, treat every moment as an opportunity to notice. Am I living from thought right now or from awareness? Use a simple cue, any recurring trigger, phone notifications, entering a room, feeling tension, making a decision. 1. Pause. 3 slow, heart-centered breaths. 2. Label whatever is present. Thinking, identity, fear, limiting story, old pattern, or simply thinking. 3. Rest attention in awareness itself, the silent knowing presence that sees the thought without being it. Feel the spaciousness, aliveness, or quiet I am beneath content, even for 10 to 30 seconds. 4. Then continue with the next action from that space. No need to force positivity or control outcomes. Over time, track, not just inner peace, but real world changes. Relationships that feel lighter or more authentic. Work or creativity flowing with less self-pressure. Body sensations that don't spiral into fear. Money or resources moving with less drama. Moments of unexpected support, synchronicity, or ease. Whenever you notice even small evidence of this, celebrate it quietly. It's reality reflecting your shift in awareness quality. There's no rush. You're not fixing yourself. You're remembering and resting in what you already are. Bring any observations, challenges, openings, or questions back to our next conversation. We'll continue exploring how this single pivot from thought to awareness continues to reshape your experience in ever deeper ways. Thank you for walking this path with such openness and honesty.